Hi, this is Cheryl Metcalf. I have Asperger's syndrome. My son has autism, ADHD, and possibly psychosis. And my dad has been my main support with my son. And so he's seen things in his behavior. He's had to hear about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And my dad was a cop who hired people to work in law enforcement. And my dad said his concern with my son is his problems with dealing with his temper and his moods and how he struggles with people. And those are issues dealing with emotional regulation, as they put it in psychology. And so my dad set up an inheritance that's supposed to be for me and Nathan. And I'm concerned it's going to end up in the wrong hands with my brother. And that he's shown signs of why it would be the wrong hands. And that can create a conflict in our family. And my dad said he had trouble sleeping last night. He may not be the only one. But my dad knows my son. He's taken him for sandwich runs and ice cream runs. He's taken him to a baseball game. He's provided for him for Christmas and birthdays and taken him out to eat to celebrate birthdays and taken him out to eat to celebrate for Christmases and bought him birthday gifts that he wanted, having seen his list. He knows my son, and he's been the one taking him, driving him and me to his counseling appointments and driving me to get the paperwork filled so I could get my son mental health help. So yeah, he does know what my son's been faced with and what I've been dealing with as his mother. So when he says he's worried about him getting a job and being able to keep it because of his temper and his moods and the way he expresses himself and having difficulty getting along with people, my dad knows about it. And so he wanted to create a means to help take care of Nathan, knowing that that would be a factor. And my dad has said this to me. I know why my dad set up an inheritance for my son. I just want to make sure it's in the right hands. I want to do what is needed to protect my son. I spent a lifetime having a disability, struggling to get and keep jobs, and not even knowing I had a disability. And then once I found I had one, it was used against me. So I'm trying to make sure that my son has what he needs to be able to grow up and be able to live on his own and have enough of what he needs to be able to do it. I've experienced being homeless and pregnant while having a disability and not knowing I had one. Well, now I know my son has a disability and I've got a diagnosis for him, and my dad knows that diagnosis. And my dad went with me when it was time to get him diagnosed and tested. So yeah, my dad does know my son's diagnosis. He's been along for the ride here. My dad knows. So yeah, I am doing the best I can as a mom to protect my son in this situation. And maybe I didn't do a very good job in the beginning because I didn't know what resources were available, other options for having this inheritance managed. And I wigged out. It was a situation I was not prepared to handle. I admit it. I didn't handle it very well at first. I wished I had handled it better. I think I might have handled it a little bit better after talking to Claudia. And she had some insights about that situation, about options. But yeah, I'm trying to protect my son here. I do love my son. Maybe I'm not a perfect mom. Oftentimes I said things I regret, but I am trying to protect him. I am trying to help him. I hope he has it better than I had it. I don't want him to have to spend his whole life struggling as much as I have. I know how it is to struggle with a disability. I kept having my life taken away from me while trying to fight to have one. I don't want him to have money taken away from him that would have supported him or helped him get through difficult times. Not if he can have it better. This is Cheryl Metcalf speaking.